What is up, party people? Okay, I know I had some technical difficulties earlier, but I am here to stay. I may need to take a water break later, but we'll all take it together. So if you are here, come say hi. What's up, Adam? I'm super excited to see everyone, and I'm super excited to make a personal blog with y'all. Oh, what's up, everyone? Ooh, everyone's here. Okay, I'm glad that y'all stuck with me. Yeah, internet exploding, not a great time. Oh, what is the deal with GraphCMS? I don't know. You'll definitely have to ask Jack for more information, but it might be one of the coolest guilds out there. I know that I have already joined. If you want to use discord.mlh.io, you can actually easily join GraphCMS right then and there as well. But also, I don't know too much about Melon Squad, so I'm super down to hear more about it. Yes, I definitely have not been on Discord recently. I'm also a big noob at Discord, but I will definitely, I'll say hi right now. Oh, I already. Okay. So it looks like it is 2:15, and I know I've already delayed so much. So I'm super excited to say hi and kind of get to see everyone. It's been a sec since I've been on one of these live streams. And so I am going to go ahead and without further ado, kind of get started on all of our oh, this is GraphCMS. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get started on what we always need to do when we first start out with these March challenges. If you can't tell, I have several notifications because I'm really bad about checking Discord. So, but that being said, if we're ever at a hackathon, I'm your coach, and you ever need to DM me, I will get on that as soon as possible. Okay. So if y'all see this right here, we have our message in March channels announcements. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, pull up Discord as well so you can do this with me if you haven't already. I'm going to make sure that I check in for both things. Okay, so go ahead and check in for all of March challenges. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to pull that onto the correct screen. And you're going to get to a page that says MLH March Challenges. If you haven't made a My MLH account, please do so. I have fortunately already checked in because this is not my first March challenge. Super excited to be here for the second time. This is just 2 out of 3, so come learn C# with me in like 2 weeks. So make sure to check in. And then what we're also going to do is go ahead and check in for this specific challenge. I have not checked in for this specific challenge yet because this is my first time doing it. So I'm going to register and check in. Boom. It's that easy. All you have to do is pop in and say check in. Okay. So, oh yeah, if I am your coach at a hackathon, I make sure that all hackers, whenever there's a hackathon, I'm able to be DM'd. Otherwise, if you just want to reach me via like the Major League Hacking server, feel free to just at me, and whenever I get the mention, I'll try to answer as quick as possible. That being said, I am human and do not have superhuman reaction time. Okay, so now we're checked in for 2 things. And step 3 is just to, keep that twitch.tv/MLH chat alive. Okay, maybe that's fair. Maybe I do have some trouble responding to Discord DMs, but that's okay. I'll be more active now. It's all good. Okay, so keep that MLH chat alive and active. And then I just want to highlight this in case I forget afterwards. Make sure that after this stream, you show off your own blog. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to send it here right now. Go ahead, pull that up now. Just pull that up, put it off to the side, and we'll just kind of vibe with it. And at the end, we'll go ahead and turn everything in. I'm going to do the same thing as well. And if someone wants to come keep Adam company, pop like a hi in the chat, pop where you're from. I always love seeing how global our community is. Okay, so I'm gonna be like kind of looking back and forth, but I will be paying attention to chat. So if at any time for the next like hour or two, you find that I talk too much, you want a break, you just like need some time to sit and digest all this wonderful coding we're doing, then just let me know. We'll take a 5-minute break. No biggie. We'll be chilling. It'll be a fun time. I need to get water at some point anyways, too. I'll be talking too much to not be drinking water. What I want to preface this with is that we will be downloading stuff in the terminal. So it's going to be some like waiting here and there, but we'll be waiting here and there. But the great thing about building this personal blog is that it's going to be based off of a lot of template code. So you don't even need to know that much coding to get your own blog off and running. How long am I here today? I'm currently scheduled to be here for 2 hours. So I am chilling until about 4, but I will be here for as ever long the tutorial will take. I'll try to get through the important things within an hour, but other than that, we can just chill. I'd love to take some time at the end for people to show off their own blogs. Okay, so also pop what time it is where you are. I always love seeing what time it is because I know I keep saying Eastern time, or I guess it's not Eastern Standard Time anymore. I think it's Eastern Daylight Time. So it's 2:15 for me. So I know that's a weird American thing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so kind of to start off, we're going to need to go to node.js.n, or I guess that's for English, I think. But go ahead and go here and make sure you have Node.js downloaded. I have a Mac, so it's asking me to download it for a Mac. Download for whatever is most appropriate for your operating system. And if you already have it, perfect. If you don't, let me know if you're downloading it, and then I'll go ahead and wait before we move on to the next thing to download. That being said, if you do have it already downloaded, let me go ahead and set this up. Go ahead and set up Gatsby CLI. I'm going to go ahead. Just pop that in your terminal or PowerShell or whatever. Pop that down below. And then that way we can go ahead and get everything ready. So, wow, it's 11:50. It's crazy. Wow, everyone from India, y'all are really dedicated to coding. Like at 11:50, I would just be in bed. I'd be asleep. No one could wake me up at that point. Okay. Yes, I do love a good Brave web browser. Oh, can y'all let me know if you are installing Node? That way I kind of know how long it will take. Actually, once you're done installing Node and you're done installing Node and you're done installing Gatsby, just pop a done in the chat. That way I kind of know. It's been a sec since I downloaded these, so I do not remember how long it takes, but it could take like 10 minutes. I'm not sure. But yeah. You just got a ton of errors for installing Gatsby. What kind of errors? Are they warnings or because? I'll open my terminal. I'm gonna see if. What you need to type into PowerShell is going to be this down here. So npm install global Gatsby CLI. I literally just ran this earlier today, so I don't know if it's gonna it's probably not going to take the same amount of time it does for y'all. Okay. See, these are warnings. It's fine. We're vibing. Don't worry. I already ran through this. I already ran through this earlier today. So I know it'll work. It'll be fine. All right, yeah. If you need to sudo it, don't forget to sudo. Okay, if you just got here, for anyone new, all we're doing so far is kind of getting everything set up. These should be the only two things you'll have to download besides like a repository. So make sure that you have Node right here. I'll go ahead and resend the link in the chat. And then once you have that downloaded in Terminal or PowerShell, pop this command line down here. Okay. So npm install. If you don't know what npm is, it's essentially just like Node Package Manager. It will come with Node.js. I use it a lot. I feel like use it a lot for like Express apps, Gatsby, React. Yeah, essentially a lot of like JavaScript web apps involve Node. You know what, Adam, I cannot say that I have checked that URL yet, but afterwards, I will. Okay, in Windows, npm is there. Are you asking? I'm not too sure about Windows computers. If you already have it because you downloaded Node in the past, or maybe it comes with it, I'm not sure, then go ahead and just run npm install global Gatsby CLI. If you have problems with that, make sure you have Node downloaded. You just check it out right there. Also, Brave, love Brave. It's a good time. Yeah, npm is a part of Node, so you have to install Node first. If you're not sure if you have Node, I'm pretty sure you can just type in Node and then version. And then you can also do npm version. When you're installing it, it's asking you whether or not you want to install Chocolatey. From what it sounds like, Chocolatey is a package manager. That's up to you. Chocolatey is, I would say, it's pretty useful when you're trying to download things as a programmer. But that being said, it is up to you whether or not you want to download it or not. I do love me some good chocolate. So we're just vibing here. We're just downloading. Oh, I see we have new friends. It looks like we're slowly accumulating some. Okay, for anyone who is new here, make sure that you have gone ahead and gotten Node. Pointing things when you're near it's so hard. You've gotten Node, and then you've installed Gatsby CLI right here. If you find that you're having problems, one of our hackers, Adam, found out that sudo helped him get it up and running. So, okay. And that being said, just go ahead and follow the installers here, and then we'll be chilling. So while we're vibing here, have y'all signed up for local hack day? Because it's looking like it's popping. After Node, all you have to do is run the following down here, the npm install global Gatsby CLI. You just have to run that in your terminal or PowerShell. So let's run that, and then I'll go ahead and download. While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick plug for, I think that's the URL, Local Hack Day share. I don't know if y'all came to Local Hack Day build, but that's kind of where these live streams were born. We actually did a bunch of technical content, so what did we do? I remember I streamed like workshops like AWS. I think I followed a tutorial with you guys or with y'all. And so now we're doing that again but at the end of March. So yeah, npm install. Here, let me send it in chat for you. Okay. But yeah, definitely check it out. Feel free to sign up. Looks like Adam's got a lot of confidence about this. So definitely come say hi. Join Blahaj Gang with Jacqueline and I and Adam and so many other people. You'll get access to our exclusive Discord channel where we talk about all things related and not related to Blahaj. Yeah, so you can also get swag. The first 250 applicants get a mask. And then on each day, you get a set of like bonus hexagon stickers, and you can get some free stickers. I love stickers. You can also earn points, which is really cool. That can help you get some more swag. And we have a bunch of different things going on, which is super exciting. I don't know if I'm allowed to share my challenges with you yet, but stay tuned because I think I'm doing about 3 and a little game with y'all. So make sure to check it out. Okay. Has everyone gotten Node.js and Gatsby downloaded? The way you can check that, I think Gatsby version is the right command. I'm not gonna lie, I've not ever typed Gatsby version. I just assumed that I have it. Yeah, it looks like it is the right command. So make that bigger for y'all. So when you run these 3 things, they should have versions printing out, no errors. So make sure that's happening. Okay, yeah, I'll give y'all some time to still download Gatsby. It's all good. I'll talk even more about Local Hack Day. LHD is Local Hack Day. Don't worry about the warnings. It's fine. It'll work. Little warnings never hurt anybody. Okay, so Local Hack Day, or Hack Day. So essentially, from what I understand, because I joined Major League Hacking during the pandemic, so we've just been going digital, but from what I understand, it's just a chance for people to get together and like just get more involved with the hacker community. So what's really cool is it's just got a lot of different things happening the whole entire week. You don't have to participate in it all, but it's a good time to kind of pop in and say hi. So if you go to localhackday.mlh.io, you can read more information about it. But the general gist is you can get free swag. You can go watch live streams and work on projects with MLH coaches, similar to this one right here. And you can also just get to know other hackers. If you go to discord.mlh.io, you can actually join Blahaj Gang. That is the guild that I am in. It's going to be a wonderful time. I'll probably be more active in the guild during the week of Local Hack Day, but definitely come say hi. We have games, we have challenges, we have a leaderboard, and we have free stickers. I don't know what else you would want. Okay. So we'll wait for everyone to be good with downloading Gatsby. Look at this. Is this not a fun time? Getting involved with your hacker community? Definitely love it. Yeah. Okay. So now what we'll go ahead and do is, has everyone downloaded Gatsby? Looking for all of us to have Gatsby down. Okay, better question, has anyone not downloaded Gatsby? Gatsby always reminds me of Leonardo DiCaprio and the movie. Okay, looks like I'm getting a thumbs up. Okay, no one's saying they don't have it downloaded, so I'm gonna say we're good. when in doubt, I'm happy to go back to whatever needs to happen. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and CD into whatever folder we want to set up our projects. I have a folder literally called projects, so I'm gonna CD into that. My system is not allowing to install Gatsby. If your system, for whatever reason, is not allowing you to install Gatsby, make sure that you have the Node package manager, which comes installed with Node.js, and make sure that you also have admin privileges. And if that's still not working, make sure you try sudo. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go to projects right here. This is my folder. This is where I'm going to be chilling. And then you can go ahead and, let me actually, since I had just done this, I already have a folder by the same name that I am planning to do. So let me go ahead and rename it. Okay. Wow, I'm glad that this is a popular March challenge. Okay, I'm going to send a piece of code to put it in your terminal. So this right here is going to work with Gatsby and actually go ahead and create a template for you from GraphCMS, the content management system that we're using, to go ahead and create like essentially a blog post for you already. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and create that right there. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. You're gonna see that it's gonna take some time to clone and download. So we're gonna be chilling right there. That being said, this is gonna take a minute. So in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and actually go to GraphCMS to make an account. So I'm also gonna pop this link here, as well as pop this link right down here, down there. So it's a link to go to. Okay, so while this is downloading, I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I'm going to go to, oh wait. So if you haven't already, a lot of you probably haven't, go ahead and make an account at GraphCMS, and once you get to the dashboard, just let me know, and we'll do another vibe check. That being said, while everything's downloading, what have been the highlights of y'all's week? I'm low-key using this as an opportunity to say that I, about 30 minutes ago, bought a Switch. So I'm super chuffed about that. So if anyone has Switch game recommendations, please pop them in the chat. I am looking forward to playing Switch games. I got the Animal Crossing one, so it won't come until like the end of April, but it's so worth it. It's so cute. Okay. So Adam's really vibing with the Melon Squad website. Okay. We'll definitely check it out at the end. Okay. Remind me if we haven't, we'll check it out. And Adam, are you for real? Or are you joking? Like there's a bunch of plahages on the site. If so, what kind of new technologies did you use? That's really sick. Yes. Yeah, I don't think you'll let me forget either. While we're downloading, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a cup of water. I will be right back. Okay, so go ahead and make sure that you ran this in your terminal and you're working on making an account for GraphCMS. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, thank y'all for being patient and not ditching me while I got some water. This is my meerkat cup, so it's real cute. I got it from the zoo. Yeah. Okay, so at this point, I'm hoping that everyone has created a account at app.graphcms.com. And so make sure that you're at app.graphcms.com and go ahead and where it says create a new project, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to do a blog starter right here. So just click it. We're going to give a name and we're going to include the template content because it helps us like fill it in. So with the name, let's name it MLH personal blog. Very exciting, very unique, I know. Description, personal blog, day 18 out of 31 of March challenges. You can make it say whatever you want, but this is what I'm going to go with. And then pick whichever one is best for you. Crazy that Canada is the fastest because I literally live in Virginia. So I'm just going to click Virginia just because that's consistent for me. Okay, then go ahead and just create the project. This is going to start loading, creating. If you're like me, this is still loading. So yeah. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and click free forever because we are not paying here. Okay, we are not. And it's just going to say, hang on, we are preparing your project. I'm gonna let this go for a while. If it takes too long, I'm just gonna reload the page because I found that sometimes when you just reload the page, it works. It works for some reason. Okay. So this is still downloading. Don't worry about the warnings. Warnings never hurt anyone. Okay. I'm not gonna invite anyone to my team. I'm not gonna invite any team members right now, but you could if you just did admin, editor. I think it's all nifty, good time. I'm just gonna invite later. Okay, so now you'll get to a page kind of just like this. Now at this point, we're kind of at a standstill. We're waiting for this to be done. So we're just vibing for a sec. Oh, wow, amazing. It's done. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna give a little bit of time because I know some of y'all might have different Wi-Fi speeds. If you're like me, maybe your Wi-Fi exploded a little bit. But other than that, I'm actually going to give you all the opportunity. Make sure to change directories inside of this. So cd GraphCMS blog. And then while you're here, go ahead and do copy. So CP on Unix. I'm not sure what it is for Windows and if it's different. Just copy this sample right here into environment. And then I'm going to go ahead and edit in VS Code. I have the shell command. If you don't, you can just open through your file explorer. Ooh, I almost spilled water. That would have been a no-no. Okay. So I'm gonna put this cup very far away from me because fun fact, as a child, and when I say child, I mean 12 years old, I was not allowed to have my own water cup because there was many a dinner night that there was water all over the table because of me. Okay, so now we have it open on Visual Studio Code. It's gonna look a little intimidating, but that's okay. Also, you don't have to use this on Visual Studio Code. You can use this on whatever text editor or IDE you feel most comfortable with. I just prefer Visual Studio Code because it's just what I know. Shell command, let me see. Okay, so I just, let me see if I remember. I go to help. You know what I'm gonna do? Probably the same thing you're gonna do. Visual Studio Code shell command. If you're wondering how to get the code command, this is what I'm doing right now. I think it's Stack Overflow right here. Okay, so it looks like all you have to do is, oh, if you have Windows, it should be installed automatically. But otherwise, I think if you do Control-Shift-P, Control-Shift-P, and then if you do shell command right here, you type it up, it'll pull. I've already installed it, so I'm not going to reinstall it, nor am I going to uninstall it. What's a fun fact? It's not pivotal for this moment, is not necessary, so we can just vibe without it. Okay, at this point, has everyone had a chance to clone that repository from GraphCMS? Go ahead and like pop in like a done if y'all have. That way it helps me keep track of how everyone's doing. Okay. Okay, so we are vibing right here. Someone asked from YouTube, how is Gatsby different from Next.js? I unfortunately have not used Next.js. I think I might have seen this question around, but unfortunately I don't know. But I do know there is plenty of Stack Overflow post about this. Okay, so now we have gone ahead and we have, if you went ahead and did cp and sample, and sample.env, then you should have this new file right here. Cp is, as far as I know, the Unix command to copy. If you're finding that it's not working on Windows, that's a-okay, because all you have to do is just create a new file and just call it .env, and make sure you have that period before it. I've already created that file, so I can't recreate it, but go ahead. Or if you want to be even lazier, you can just take the sample right here and rename it to takeoff.sample. Okay. So now in .env, so essentially this is going to be your environment, it's like environment file. So this is where you're going to have all of your like secret access keys, API keys, things like that. Anything that you don't want the general public to see, it's going to go here. So this is really great when you're working with like an API and you're like, I need to have this API key, but I just don't want it publicly on my GitHub repo where anyone can take it and max out the daily limit or something like this. So this is where you would use a .env. So this endpoint right here, this token, we're going to get those both from GraphCMS. Okay. At this point, this is probably a good point if you're interested on having this in your GitHub, to just do git init and just get that local copy. Then as we go, we can go ahead and make sure that we're adding, committing. I'm not going to stress that too much today, but if you like to keep your projects on GitHub, please do. And this will also be a great way to submit it via the dev post. Otherwise, I'll probably just commit all the changes at the end, which is not good practice. You should be committing after every like chunk of saves or chunk of changes. Okay. So now at this point, we have these right here. Oh, how do you create a GitHub repository from the command line? So right here, I'm doing git init, which initializes an empty Git repository. But if you came to our Collaborate with GitHub localhost workshop, which I did earlier this morning, coincidentally, you'll know that Git and GitHub are not the same thing. Git is great, and that's a version control system that GitHub utilizes and puts into a web interface. So by doing git init, I'm going to initialize an empty Git repository on my local computer, and so that way I can do, like, I can add and I can commit and take this repository locally and later on push it onto GitHub. Okay. sort of admin. Yeah, no, you still have to, with the, yeah, there's no way to do GitHub without going on the site. You still need to like make something on GitHub and then connect it to your local repository. Yeah, no shame. I was just very excited about the localhost workshop. Okay, so now we're here. Then we're gonna go ahead and let's head back actually to GraphCMS. We're gonna go to the settings right here. All of our icons on the side we'll be exploring today. So we're gonna go to the settings right here. And we're gonna see all of our project information, region, picture, etc. What we're gonna go ahead and do is on the left, you'll see we're at General Project. We want to go to Access and then API Access right here. Okay. So in case you can't tell, endpoints right here, we're just gonna go ahead and click this URL. It's gonna copy down here. We're just gonna click it and we're gonna go back to VS Code and then in endpoint, we're just gonna paste it right there. Okay, this being said, I am showing this to y'all, like this is always my disclaimer. I am showing this to y'all now, but that being said, as a general rule, I'm only showing this to you now because I will be deleting it in the future. And I know this is a good way to like learn. In general, you do not want to be advertising your endpoints, your tokens, whatever. You want to keep most of that information secret. If it goes in a .env, it stays secret. Okay. Then if you're looking for the token, you're gonna scroll all the way down. And look, there's already existing tokens, which is great. It's a good time. We're gonna take this dev auth token right here. Okay, this right here. I'm just gonna copy. That's it. We don't have to show it. I mean, you're gonna see it, but we're just gonna go ahead and copy. Then I'm going to pull back up this token. I'm just gonna paste it right there. It's a big one. It really is a big one. But we're here, we're having a good time. Okay, so at this point, then all we have to do is go ahead and all we have to do is just do Gatsby develop. So this is really cool. So this is just going to get everything set up for us. Yeah, if someone has the dedication to copy my entire token, I mean, I would still be mad, but it would be a lot of work. Okay, so we're gonna do Gatsby develop, and that's gonna be chilling for a while. It's gonna go. So go ahead and just ignore. This will be fine. Okay. You gotta go eat. Make sure you take an eating break, take a snack break. We'll be vibing. Or if you want to keep the Twitch on in the background, keep me as background noise. I always love the moral support. Okay. What's up, Krish? See you later, Adam. Well, enjoy some family time. I don't see why you can't use any token in the API token, but I just stuck with the dev one just because that's the one I know that works. So whichever one works for you, that's what matters. We really do be vibing. Trying to think, ooh, what's everyone's favorite fruit? I love seeing favorite fruits. But it can't be like, yeah, a favorite fruit that you think is like somewhat unique or something that you have really strong feelings for. For me, kiwi. I'm a big fan of kiwi. Okay. So, look, it says you can now view this in the browser at localhost 8000. So now we're vibing at localhost 8000, and we have 4 blog posts already. Okay, so what's really cool about this is that if you don't know how to code, you don't need to, okay? You can set up a custom blog post or blog site with limited code. All you need to really know is like HTML and CSS, because the really cool thing about GraphCMS is that, especially with this template, there's already models for you to work with and just build objects off of. So you can just create content. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this. We have this page, just our latest blog post. And then we have the date right here, and we have connecting multiple platforms together. So I'm gonna give you all a chance to hopefully run this on your own site. If you have not had a chance to, I'm gonna give it some more time. That being said, always, if you're like taking a little bit longer to download and you need me to slow down, tell me, hey, can we go back to this? I will happily go back to that. What is the code in the shell? What to put in the terminal. Okay. Yeah. All you have to do is Gatsby develop. It's going to run for a little bit. You're going to see all of this. And then it's going to say you can now view this in the browser. So yeah. So just go ahead and just run. Let me make a new banner for this. Make sure you run Gatsby. Look. I have to show that banner. I'm definitely new to streaming. If you're interested in watching me stream, catch me on Mara Drinks Milk. It'll be a good time. Okay. So I'm gonna give you all some time to do some Gatsby develop. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and work on making this our own. Okay. So, what's really cool about blogs is that you can do a lot with them. You can make a blog that talks about, if you want to talk about the hacking world, you can talk about projects that you've done, as well as talk about projects that you've done, as well as like maybe your professional development, so maybe cool jobs you've held, or what interviewing is like, things like that. Even, it is really fast. And then even with even if you post on Medium or something like that, Medium is also really cool, and it has an option for you to go like, oh, have you already posted this blog post elsewhere? Do you want to link it here? Which is really cool and exciting. What else? Yeah, no, like blogs can be used a lot. And also the really cool thing about this is it's just like, if y'all have ever made a WordPress site, it's pretty similar to that, except a little more custom, a little more codey. I would say this is like, if WordPress is here, like regular WordPress that normal, like non-programmers use, and then coding's here, I would say this method is probably around here. So like a little bit like halfway, but like a little closer to WordPress. You definitely still have to like work on hosting and things like that, but there's a lot of great resources out there like Gatsby Cloud, Heroku. You can just kind of Google, there's a bunch of different options. So something to mention is that this style right here is called a headless CMS. So if you don't know what CMS is, that's a content management system. So if you've heard of WordSpace, WordPress, WordPress, or something like Webflow. Those are different content management systems that are typically used for like stores or blogs or things like that. The really cool thing about GraphCMS is, if you remember, here, let's actually look. So like, I'm still waiting for y'all to like develop and like pull it up on your own, and then we'll kind of do this little tangent, talk about what exactly are we doing, and then head back into editing the code a little bit and making it kind of our own. Okay, so this right here is, you've got a lot of different options. You can make a travel site, you can make a podcast starter, you can make a swag store. There's a lot of different options out here, and I'd highly recommend checking them out. We already took, the build took about a minute. That's not bad. But if you're interested in like learning more about these, we already copied the repository from the GraphCMS GitHub repository for the blog starter. So I haven't explored this, but you can always check out to see if they have other templates for the podcast starter, the swag store, and the travel site, which I would imagine they do. But yeah, so a headless CMS just gives you an opportunity to have some custom code so you can choose the layout, things like that, but then use something like GraphCMS or Netlify CMS, or what I think there's even one called like Butter CMS, or maybe I'm making that up. But besides the point, you can connect this content management system so that way people who aren't programmers can easily interact with your site. So if you're looking for a side hustle, you could, like especially in like web development, you could learn how to make a headless CMS, do all that coding, and then just pass off like the GraphCMS login for your client or things like that. So yeah. That being said, also, if you just want an easy blog site that looks pretty when you create a new blog post, this is also a way to start. Okay, so we're gonna check out a couple things right here. So we're gonna check out the schema. So this schema right here is essentially where you're gonna have a bunch of models. We'll kind of go through them. So assets are pretty cool, just because it kind of has different options like cover image post. We won't look too much into that, but we'll kind of go into author. So this author right here, it's going to be what's populating, it's gonna be what's populating on the blog post right here. You'll see that there is there's a photo, there's a name, there's like a position, and here they've also got posts attached to them. So this author has this post attached to them, so that way you can see them right here. Yeah, so it's all very nifty. Then we also have page. So page is allows you to kind of have more content. So if you want to make just like a general page, like your own personal about page, you can put some here. We'll kind of go over how to like set up a page. It doesn't take that much work. Yes, good question. Will a recording of this be posted? I believe Twitch automatically saves recordings for like up to 2 weeks. After that, I'm not sure, but you'll be able to go back and watch this if you're having trouble right now. I know we did a lot of downloading in the beginning, so it might be hard to kind of jump right in. Okay, so, and then what else do we have? We have posts. So this is where our actual blog posts are going to be right here. And this is search engine optimization, which we're not going to look too much into for like at this time, but search engine optimization is really great that like you can find ways to make sure that, you know, when someone like Googles like a name or computer science or hacking or something like that, and you want to make sure that like your result is high up there or something, learning SEO, search engine optimization, and learning different tactics is a great way to get better marketing. So that being said, as hackers, we aren't just about coding. We are about a lot of different things, and what we want to do in the field largely depends on who we are as a person. So it gives us an opportunity to try many a hat. even if we all go by the same name of hacker. Okay, so now at this point, I'm hoping that everyone has gone ahead and developed, done Gatsby develop, and can now go to their local host 8000 to see everything right here. Okay, so it'll look something like this. So now we're going to go ahead and learn a little bit more about how we can make this our own. We're going to start going through the GraphCMS user interface, so that way we can kind of learn like, is there something that we can do? How can we add blog posts, things like that? Oh, okay. So first we're going to go to author. So we want to kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. So what we're going to do is we go to author and we go to add right here. So this is going to be like, oh, sorry. Oh, this is a model. That's my bad. Okay, sorry. So we're in schema right here. That's when we were looking at all these different models. Now we're going to go to content. So you see this little pad with the pencil? That's where we're going. That's my bad. Okay, content right here. Then we go to author, and you see that we have this this kind of table right here. You'll see that there's a couple authors already. So I'm going to go ahead and just create an item. It's really that simple. We just create an item. So I'm going to put in my name. I'm going to say Mar from MLH. There. This is going to be whatever you want your display name to be. Then I'm going to go ahead and add an existing picture. If you don't want to upload a photo, you can just easily click like the link right here to use one of theirs, but I'm going to go ahead and upload doing that bottom right. Okay, and then I'm going to quickly grab my cute little MLH doodle that I am absolutely in love with. If that's not a reason to work at MLH, I don't know what is. On a serious note, working at MLH is such a great time. And I didn't just do it for the doodle. It's just a happy perk. Okay, so to kind of go over that again, in case y'all haven't had a chance, you didn't catch that, you just go ahead and you can replace the picture, add a picture, scroll through. If you want to use something here, you can just go link right here. Otherwise, if you want to upload something from your local computer, just use upload right here. And you can even like link Instagram, Facebook, Google Drive, all of these things. So, okay, and I'm just gonna click out of this because I don't actually want to replace it. Okay, then we're gonna put in our title. So this is very similar to, even if you don't have a job, that's okay. We're all hackers. But if y'all have a LinkedIn and you have headlines, this is very similar. So for me, I'm just gonna say MLH coach. And then capital C, coach. And then I'm gonna enter a bio about myself. So Mara is a third-year undergraduate computer science. This is a mouthful. At the University of Virginia, and loves to stream on twitch.com/MaraDrinksMilk. This is a shameless plug. Okay, but so you can kind of put whatever you think is relevant in this biography, whatever you want to kind of pop up on the website. Then at the post, you can go ahead and add existing posts if you'd like. You can add an existing post here or create. I'm not going to do either of these. I'm just going to go ahead and save and publish right here. Okay, so if you see that we just uploaded this photo and it hasn't gone ahead and published, so we want to make sure that we go ahead and click this and make sure that we're publishing this photo as well. So I'm going to do save and publish. Okay, so at this point, if we go back to author, we should be able to see that we have ourselves right down there as well. Then we're going to go ahead and kind of set up a post. This doesn't have to be anything too fancy. I'm going to create an item similar to what we did to author. So to repeat that, we just went to post and we just clicked create an item up here. I'm going to do that blog post. I'm just going to say introduction. I'm just going to make this an introduction to who I am, I'm just going to do more introduction. If you don't know what a slug is essentially going to be the link to the blog post. So oftentimes bloggers will have this just be like the lowercase version of their blog title with a hyphen for spaces, or they'll add dates or things like that. It's really up to you, but as you see here, it's both required and must be unique. Okay, and then date, what is the published date? I'm gonna go ahead and say it's the 18th because that's what today is. I'm gonna add a short excerpt. This excerpt is going to be what you see right here. So, short introduction to Mara, and then I'll even write my blog posts. You can do a lot of great things here, so this is why I really like GraphCMS. It's just there's so much you can incorporate with your blog post. You can do links, you can do code, you can do all of that. It's just all here in a nice, rich text editor. So, hi, my name is Mara. I'm going to keep this simple. You can add any tags. This is really great when you're doing like SEO kind of stuff. I'm just going to say introduction, add to list, and then I'm going to go ahead and add an existing author. So I'm going to scroll down to where I am. You see me right here with my little doodle. I'm going to go ahead and press this link right here. Okay, so it just says author, Mara from MLH, and published right here. Then once we're ready with that, we're just going to go ahead and do save and publish. All right, the ending part of the link. Oh, sorry, I did not catch this earlier. So a slug, essentially, yeah, this right here is going to be the ending part of the link. So if I go here, you'll see that I am on post, which is going to be blog post, but this right here is a part of the slug. Okay, so their slug, even though the title is connecting multiple platforms together, the slug is just connecting multiple platforms. So it has to be unique because you want to make sure that each URL only goes to one blog post. You don't want it to go to multiple. Okay. So, also something that I want to do is you can also upload a cover image. I'm not going to, I'll do it. I'm going to use something already given because, yeah. And then I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to re-save and publish. Okay, so now we have an author and a post. So let's see what that looks like. So we're going to go back here. You're going to see that it's not really nowhere to be found, just because we have to. I'm going to go ahead and redeploy it. So I'm going to just do Control-C to get out to terminate this process, and then I'm just going to use the up arrow to grab Gatsby develop again, and it should be done in about a minute. Okay. At this time, I want you all to be able to have a chance to kind of look at the code right here. If y'all aren't familiar with Gatsby, there's a couple things that you'll probably notice right off the bat that might be useful for you. So something like pages. So pages or templates is going to be where there's going to be like HTML that you can edit. So this is why I say, even though like maybe you don't know a lot of code, you can still use this, is because thankfully, since it is template code, a lot of this is already set up for you. So you can kind of see that, you can see like if I wanted to change, like if you see right this is published on. If I go on the site, the home page, and I see, if I go on the home page, I can kind of like click through and I can see like where I might find that word. So like another instance would be like latest right here. If we go to that home page, it's right here. I could go ahead and change that and just say, and go ahead and change that and say blog posts. So I'm gonna go ahead and refresh. It's gonna wait until this finishes developing because it's no longer being hosted right now. So it should be almost done in a little bit though. Okay. It's going to take some time to generate. But it looks like we're towards the end. Okay. So another thing, essentially kind of the last thing that we're going to do on this live stream together is essentially we've already made a blog post and we've added ourselves as an author. You can also take this time to delete the other blog posts and delete the other authors if you would like. I'm going to leave them on for now. But then also we're going to go ahead and make a new page to kind of show you what that looks like, as well as kind of change up the colors a little bit. So maybe it would fit your branding more than GraphCMS's. Okay. Okay, so it's still building. It'll be a good time. It does take about a minute. So while this is happening, we're going to take this opportunity to kind of edit in our text editor for a little bit. So if we want, we can go ahead and actually change some of these. We can go ahead and change some of these colors right here. So I'm noticing that there's a lot of purple. So what I'm going to easily do is just Control Find. I'm going to look up purple. Okay. So it looks like there's this class name that's text purple and then the hover text purple. Say maybe purple is not my branding color. Maybe I like the color red. So let's say I like the color red. I'm just going to do Control Enter to replace all instances of purple with red. So now once the site loads, and I go ahead and refresh, you'll see that instead of that original purple color, it's now going to be red. So I can go ahead and change this on the other templates as well. So right now I'm on index.js. I can go ahead and go to blog post, do the same thing, just while I'm in this replace, just do Control Enter. I've gone ahead and replaced them all. If you don't know how to do find and replace, if you have like a find right here, typically if you like look up, if you click like a down arrow around there or something like that, you'll kind of have a second option pop up. This is the find part, this is the replace. Okay, if you replace it properly, you should get no more results for the original thing that you were working to find. Then I'm also going to go to default page, see if there's any purple here. It looks like there's not, so I'm going to leave it be. Okay. We're still waiting for it to oh, it looks like we are good. Okay, so now if we've gone ahead and refreshed, we've seen that instead of latest, I was able to change with just HTML knowledge, but not even HTML knowledge. I literally just looked for the word latest and replaced that with blog post. And then I looked for the color purple and I replaced that with red. So now if we click here, everything here is red. And now you can see your own personal blog post here. So even if you just have HTML and just HTML and like basic CSS knowledge, you're still able to edit this blog to what you want to have as a custom look. And then we're also going to keep opening Discord instead of VS Code. And then one other thing that we can kind of look into is this components right here. Components is really great when we're looking for certain parts of a website. This is something that has to do with a lot of React frameworks. They use components to kind of fit pieces of a website together like a puzzle. I highly suggest that if you're interested in web development, learn about React. But other than that, we don't need to know much because this is labeled footer and this is labeled header. So when we look at the footer right here, I even say I know nothing about code. I'm like, oh, there's these links right here. I have a Twitter. I have a LinkedIn. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and let's replace my GitHub. So I'm going to do a GitHub, put that right there, and I'm just going to go ahead and just delete everything else. Or comment it out. No, I'm going to go ahead and just delete it. You can kind of do whatever it fits you best. I'm just deleting it because I don't see a need for it, but if you prefer to have a Slack, a Twitter, or LinkedIn, feel free. That being said, if you're wondering like what component GitHub SVG is, it's really easy because earlier on you can find that GitHub SVG is a vector file for images. You can see that it's just this one file that's where is it? That is in this folder right here. Okay. So then now we have a GitHub, and then I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna look for purple again. See, like maybe there's purple. I can't find it, so there's no purple. But I see this footer right here is called background gray. Instead of a gray background, I actually want it to be red. So this is me adding my flare again. So now I'm gonna go back here. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. It's gonna go like that. And now I have a red footer. And then when I click this GitHub button, it's gonna go ahead and go straight to my GitHub, which is really nifty. Okay. So at this point, you can always go ahead and, oh, there's one more place where you can change the color. So if you go to header, we can find purple. I'm just gonna go ahead and change that to red. Again, you can use, I've tested out blue and yellow. I'm not sure about other colors, but definitely test them out. So now if we go back, again, back to the site, it's gonna refresh for you and you click about. Now that underlying thing is going to be red. So last thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and kind of look at how we can create a new page to get more familiar. This might be something that you wanna do with perhaps coming up with like a contact list or even a shout outs or like a tutorials database or something like that. For me personally, I'm going to make a page that says shout outs. So we're gonna go back to the content of the app.graph.cms.com. It's just that notepad with the pencil on it, so that says content. We're gonna go to page right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and click create item. So create item is just going to be the title of the page. So I'm gonna make this like a shout out page. So I'm gonna put down shout out. The slug for this, I just want it to be shout outs, pretty simple. A page where I shout out different people. So this is like whatever I want for the subtitle. We'll kind of see where this goes later on. Then for the content, I'm gonna say, these are just people that I want to shout out for doing a great job. I'm gonna make a bullet point. Let's put a lot of influential coders. So Grace Hopper, Carol Shaw, Elizabeth J. Filner, who else? Joan Ball. These are just really influential women in tech. I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Annie Easley. Yeah. So you can make this content whatever you want. It's pretty verbose. So if you look here, you can even add an iframe, which is really great if you want to embed different things like a YouTube video, Google Calendar, all these different things. You can also change what the class might be if you have something in your CSS. You can also add images and tables and things like that. I highly recommend checking this out and playing around with it. So then we're going to go ahead and do that same thing we've done several times. We're going to save and publish. Again, because we do have to make like another call to the API, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to stop this and deploy again. So then once this pulls back up, we'll probably have to give it another minute or two. Once it pulls back up, then we can go ahead and refresh this page, and we should be able to see a new tab right here that says shout out. Okay, so if we go here, yeah, that's essentially kind of everything that's going on. If you ever have are like wondering oh, what can I do? There's like an API playground where you can do queries, things like that. You can also like check out the Explorer. So you can say like, maybe you don't necessarily know like what to query, or you're kind of new to it. You can kind of see all these different options and it'll like pre-build a query for you, which is super cool. Yeah, so let's say I want to look at pages. I want to look at what the first page is, the first 10, and I run that. It's going to send me my first page, my first 10 pages. I only have 2. And it's going to show me their ID. If I want to do something like have their title, I just have to click that checkbox right here, and I can see their title right here, which is all very cool. If you don't feel comfortable with queries yet, I know I'm still pretty new to them, so I really appreciate that they have this API playground right here. Trying to think what else. But yeah, that looks like it kind of covers a lot of what you may be looking for. And for next steps, I would definitely say work on the Visual Studio Code a little bit more, check out the code, figure out what you feel comfortable editing, and see what you can do to make it your own. Template code is 100% okay to have as long as you give the appropriate credits. So make sure you give the appropriate credits. You can see that on the GitHub from the repository that we copied, as well as just make sure you find a way to kind of make it your own and unique to you. So let's see. It looks like it's ready to check out again. So now we see we have a page called Shoutouts, and it has this bulleted list that I made earlier. Okay, so at this point, I think that kind of covers all the things I wanted to show off to y'all. I wanted to show this because it's a great example of how you can create something with template code, how you can create something with template code and existing technology out there that is both something that even if you don't know a lot of code, you can still utilize. But if you do know a lot of code and you're so familiar with Gatsby and React and all of that, then you can absolutely customize this to like your heart's extent. So that being said, I hope that y'all had a chance to enjoy this. I'm gonna go ahead and actually submit it to DevPost now. So, I'm going to. So this is my March challenge. Let me actually go ahead and pull this up here. Should be logged in right here. I'm going to go ahead and create a project. So I'm going to send this link in the chat. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and create a project here. I'm going to do chimney, chimney, chimney. I'm not going to lie. For a human, these captchas are a little tricky sometimes. I highly suggest you take the time to make this look really cool, but I'm going to say I'm going to make this pretty simple dev post. Jack actually has a really great YouTube video about how to beef up your dev post and make it look so appealing. And I will be honest that, you know, the hackathons that I've won are the hackathons where I had a beefed up dev post and I took the time to really say what I learned, what I did, and how I'd improve it. Elevator pitch. Here's code to build your own personal blog using Gatsby as GraphCMS. Okay, so I'm gonna say continue. Inspiration. I wanted to make a personal blog. Again, please beef this up to what works best for you. We used Gatsby, and then I think GraphCMS. Then if we want to do a try it out link, this is where you put your GitHub repository. I don't have a link right now. If you also want to take screenshots and then pop them here, we always love looking and checking them out. It's a great way to kind of show off your project. And if you have any cool new things that you implemented and you want to demo them via video, pop in a YouTube link, Facebook link, etc. Now I'm going to go ahead and save and continue. And what day's challenge are we doing? We are doing 18. So we go ahead and save and continue. And then I'm going to go ahead and agree and submit the project. Okay, so this is what mine looks like. It's definitely not as pretty as y'all's is going to be. So make sure that you talk a little bit more about your inspiration, what it does. And if you'd like to, I would highly encourage you to continue coding. Continue coding on your personal blog. But that being said, if you do want to submit with what you have right now, you are 100% welcome to. Other than that, I think we're towards the end. Does anyone have any questions or maybe wants to kind of show off anything that they might have gotten to do with their blog? I'll give about a minute or so. So then to kind of recap, we worked with GraphCMS. We made our own personal blog that has a shoutouts page, that has our social media down at the bottom, that has our colors on it. So I chose red instead of purple and like changed it everywhere I could find the word purple. We have an about page that we could edit and put more about ourselves on it or about our blog. And then we have blog posts here. Some cool things that might be good for y'all to do as an extender. Learn how to host this site so you can get other people to access it. Learn how to change this so it's actually your own logo. And if you're like wondering how to do that, make sure that you know how I brought up footer right here. Look into header and see if there's anything in here that, you know, looks like it could fit in this position. Other than that, I hope y'all have a good time. It doesn't look like there's any questions for today, but as always, show off your blog post via the dev post, and don't forget to come to our future March challenges that are all throughout this month. I want to give a last plug for local hackday.mlh.io. I talked about it in the beginning, but in case you came a little bit later, make sure to keep your eyes peeled. If you like these March challenges, we're definitely going to have March challenges. So it turns out that it sounds like it has my Twitch there. But check out localhackday.mlh.io. Let me type it in the chat for y'all. If you like these challenges, we're essentially doing those challenges hardcore for a week. We have a bunch of daily challenges and week-long challenges that are designed for you to not only build your hacking knowledge, but meet more of the hacker community. And during the pandemic, when we haven't been able to travel or really like leave our area, it's definitely really important to get closer to your community. So hopefully I'll see y'all there. Come join the Blahaj Gang Guild or even build your own guild with friends. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great day. Okay. See y'all. Bye.